Hi, it smells red songbird in New York City. I'm going to get right to it. I'm mentioning clues to you. And this is about a video called Vegano and the Homosexual Network with E. Michael Jones on his YouTube channel. Now, I've made notes here, but you really need to watch this video because it is mind-blowing. It uncovers a 50-year scandal that's been covered up by the Catholic Church. Okay, so let's begin. The homosexual cabal is a fifth column within the Catholic Church. These are things that E. Michael Jones said. But you watch the video because I'm quoting out of context. I didn't write it down word. I didn't transcribe it, write it word for word. The U.S. President Barack Hussein was and is a homosexual. He didn't say that. I'm saying that. Read the writing of Dr. Jerome Corsi for the evidence. Dr. James David Manning interviewed one of Barack's gay lovers, Larry Sinclair, before Sinclair was killed. I think he was hit by a car. Jesus Christ said, "There's no such thing as a coincidence." Within 2 or 3 weeks, okay, forget that. I started writing something. I changed my mind because I wanted to be more specific for you. Okay, after LinkedIn, the Obama body count, there's an article by Debbie Cummings. It's published October 23rd, 2015. She said she listed a lot of dead people attributed to Barack Hussein, but I only listed a few of them. Andrew Breitbart is on the list. He had threatened to vet Barack Hussein because the fake Jewish mainstream media had failed to do so. What I mean by fake Jews is the people who call themselves Jews are fakes. The real Jews from the Bible, the Hebrews, are the black people. These people who call themselves Jews now are just trying to get over, as they say, by, being looked upon as the favorite race, God's favorite people, That's the black people. But the black people are suffering because they're punishing themselves because they killed their Messiah. So they're putting themselves through hell because of that. Okay, let's continue. Barack Hussein's grandmother is on the list. Madeline Payne Durham. Barack Hussein's grandmother died 2 days before the general election. Barack flew up to see her for 1 hour alone. No records exist. She was cremated immediately, and her ashes have been dispersed. See, that's suspicious. Donald Young, openly gay friend of Barack Hussein's, murdered at Trinity Church in Chicago. He was the Trinity Church choir director. The choir director at St. John Baptist Church in Clarksville, Tennessee, where I grew up. But he wasn't choir director then. That's later he became choir director. His name was Charles. He told me that, speaking of gay and homosexual and all that asshole plugging, he said that my husband, Edwin Birdsong, and Stevie Wonder were fuck buddies. I really found it hard to believe at that time. I have learned so much homosexuality is throughout this culture, especially in Hollywood and the music industry, that now I believe it. Okay, all 3 homosexual members of Barack Hussein's Trinity Church were murdered within 6 weeks of each other. Trinity Church was a brothel for men on the down low. That's what they call homosexuals, black homosexuals. To be paired with women no heterosexual man wanted. Michelle Obama was one such woman. That's how she got paired up with Barack Hussein. Larry Bland and Nate Spencer, two other black members of Trinity Church, murdered at the same time, homosexuals. Report: mother of Obama's murdered gay lover speaks up, and there's a video with that report. Christopher Hargrove, a former lover of Larry Sinclair, found dead in a hotel room of apparent autoerotic asphyxiation, was said to have been enraged when he found out that Sinclair had cheated on him with Barack Hussein in the back of a limousine. To get revenge, Jackson planned to release digital pictures Sinclair had taken of the encounter on the internet. Obama body count. You've got mail. Prediction: Obama will be hung for treason. And then this is a website of the video. Can you see it? You can jot it down. Comments from the people. Jean Polichevsky, retired former founder, CEO, Capricorn Consulting Service Corporation, doing business as Sandstone Industry. Excerpts from his comments. Most people forget about SEAL Team 6, leaving only one who truly knows about the lie of killing bin Laden. And there's a website that talks about that. Now, the Prime Minister, or whatever you call the leader of Pakistan, was a woman, and she said bin Laden had been murdered 6 years earlier than Barack Hussein said they killed bin Laden. Also, Patton was reincarnated himself as bin Laden. Osama bin Laden was Patton, because Patton was mad because they killed him when he was in hospital. Thomas Simpson, airline aviation professional. Excerpts from his comments. Absolutely on target. Obama was the authentic Manchurian candidate. At 10, he was dumped by his mother at the doorstep of Obama's grandparents in Hawaii. Note: when I say note, that's something I'm putting in. The first person who told me in 1980 that I was Mother of the Earth was Dr. Eugene Kitts, a Satsangi, which is a current disciple of Jesus Christ, whose current name is Guru Govinda Singh Ji of Sikh heritage. The doctor who told me that I was the Earth Mother lived in Oahu, Hawaii. He had been my brother in a past life. Back to the article. Both of Barack's grandparents were members of the Communist Party of the USA. They gave him to Frank Marshall Davis, note, a homosexual, for mentoring and indoctrination into Marxist ideology. Indoctrination decoded. Training orders communists to destroy my nation. Marxists. Her, unknown. I see example of sexist pleasure. I see example of sex pleasure. See true saint. See true saint. Fake Jew Karl Marx. I digress. I, daughter of the sun god, live in a tiny room that is my bedroom, office, kitchen, and bathroom. Dave Rubin, an openly gay left-wing sodomite, video maker, lives in a house that he has converted into a state-of-the-art television studio. I'm just showing you the contrast. Homosexuals live well. I live here on the bottom, and there are no homosexuals here. Homosexuals are at the top. They're like Jews. They help each other to make it. You do bad, and